Hi, I'm Steve Sample with Bama Talk. Don't miss a single episode of Bama Talk Show, available now on iTunes, Stitcher, or your favorite podcast app, and on the web at bigbrainsmedia.com.
This is your Weather Xtreme video for Sunday, July the 14th. I'm meteorologist Brian Peters. Had a few showers move through central Alabama early this morning. There's a look at the Trussville Skycam, and you can see some of the water droplets on the camera. Didn't look like much of the showers affected the Demopolis area, but we have a nice shot showing the cloudy skies over central Alabama from the Tombigbee River. In the upper atmosphere, we're dealing with this closed low that was over about Ohio yesterday, and it is retrograding or moving west-southwestward, expected to head down toward southwest Texas by tomorrow, and that leaving a bit of a trough axis across the southeastern U.S., and it is along that southeasterly flow that's bringing moisture from the Atlantic and the Gulf up into central Alabama. We saw dew points climb very much yesterday. I know yesterday morning Muscle Shoals had a dew point, I think, of 58 degrees, but this morning they're up to 69, so you can see the moisture really came up pretty quick. Radar shows some of that patchy rain over north central Alabama, and we also have additional rain showers over the Apalachicola area and the Florida Panhandle. Looks like it's going to be another relatively wet day at the beach as well, probably a wet day for tomorrow as well. Precipitation-wise, we're looking at probably on the order of half to 1 inch of rain as a possibility for the area. Once again, it's showers, so not everybody's going to get exactly the same amount of rain. No slight risk area from the Storm Prediction Center. However, they got C-Tex in both Texas and over the southeastern U.S. The threat over the southeastern U.S. is somewhat marginal. I think the lapse rates, the temperature change in altitudes are somewhat weak, and therefore I think that's going to limit anything, but there's always a possibility one or two isolated storms could go marginally severe. And the tropics have become quieter. Still some cloudiness that was the remnants of Chantal over the area just east of Florida and down into the area of the Yucatan Channel down there. Precipitable water came up quite a bit. If you remember yesterday, I mentioned I think the sounding at the Birmingham airport was around 1.14 inches of precipitable water, but those values came up quite a bit, and it looks like they're going to be on the order of 1.75 to 2 inches for today. And for today, of course, we watched that upper low traverse to the southwest or retrograde as it moves down into northeastern Oklahoma. And of course that just puts us in a relatively favorable area for showers and thunderstorms to occur over much of the southeastern U.S. The big ridge to our northeast moves in nicely as that low continues to move into West Texas on Monday, and so that looks like we might see a little bit of a reduction in showers over the area. I think we'll still see some isolated to scattered showers over our area. The ridge is the big news on Tuesday, and once again on Tuesday, because of the upper flow and the position of the surface high, we're going to have a northeasterly flow. We could actually see a bit of a dry day on Tuesday, but I don't know if I have the skill to really take showers completely out of the forecast, but perhaps isolated. The ridge stays as the main feature on Wednesday and once again on Thursday. However, notice that the ridge is weakening somewhat. By Friday, we don't see a closed upper ridge over the southeastern U.S. or over the eastern half of the country at all. But we're still in a bit of a weakness, so it looks like scattered showers and thunderstorms a possibility. That strong trough moving across Canada, a strong closed low actually, moving across Canada will drag a trough into the eastern part of the country once again and set up a general troughiness over the eastern half of the country as the ridge once again kind of bulges up into the northern Rockies. And so while we may see a front down into the Ohio River Valley, certainly no front this far down, but that could actually, with that general troughiness, help to increase shower activity or enhance showers a little bit more widespread on Saturday next weekend. And then on Sunday, a week from today, the the trough a little bit sharper. Certainly not enough to bring a cold front into our area, but certainly enough to help to enhance shower possibilities. And extending the forecast out into the future, the GFS still by the 23rd, still suggesting a troughiness over the eastern half of the country. And when we get out to the end of the period around the 29th, we still see the general pattern of a ridge over the western half of the country and a trough over the eastern half of the country. GFS suggesting some potential for tropical mischief in the Gulf with that little bit of a not quite a closed low, but at least a lower pressure area over the Gulf. But that's kind of far out to be very specific about anything happening and naming the next storm just yet. Certainly don't want to do that way out into voodoo country. Well, that'll do it for the Weather Xtreme video for today. James Spann will be back with the next edition first thing on Monday morning. In the meantime, stay tuned to the blog for the latest weather updates on the weather across central Alabama. Have a great day and Godspeed.
Thank you for trusting us to be your #1 source for news
in all of central Alabama.
in back-to-back ratings periods.
More people watched ABC 3340
than any other station in Birmingham.